Hello everyone, this is Prashanth. Let's continue with the last lecture. In last lecture, just I have completed communication APIs along with communication models. So apart from that, communication API is nothing but application programming interface. In last class particularly, I have completed design of Flask using different methods or like web access. So like that we have completed in the last lecture. So here now I am going to build a RESTful API using Flask method. So this is the Flask method. Let's continue here. Uh, Before that, first we have to know the about the input parameters like what is REST, what is API, what are the different methods we have to build by using to API. So that is the aim here. So REST stands for representational state transfer, as we discussed in the last lecture. Same is an architecture style is used in modern web development in order to develop the web development or web content. So we use different techniques like Flask, Swagger, and like that we have many more methods to implement. It defines a set of rules, constraints for web application to send and receive data. So that is the main thing here. We will discuss a build REST API in Python using the Flask framework. So here just we talk about only Flask. So we have different methods to build API, but here we need only Flask framework. So Flask is a popular micro framework using build web applications. So in order to build web applications, so we need different web APIs. Among that, here Flask is one of the task here. So since it is micro framework, it is easy to use. Lack of most of the advanced functionality which is found a full-fledged framework. Therefore, building a REST web API Flask is very simple in manner. So here, in order to create a REST API, so here using Flask, here we have two methods using Flask without any external libraries. So compulsory we have in library in Python we have so many like NumPy, Pandas, like that we have different libraries. So here one method is in among that Flask using without any external library. Here using Flask RESTful library. So here we have two methods. So what are the libraries required in order to import that? REST underscore RESTful can be installed via pip command. So the command for to install for that is sudo pip3 install Flask under hyphen RESTful. So by using this command, so in order to install the Flask RESTful API. So here by using here we have two methods. The method one using only Flask without any libraries here. So here there are two functions. One function is just to return or print the data sent through the get or post, and another function to calculate the square of a number sent through the get request and print. So here we have HTTP commands here like get, put, post, delete. We have different commands. So by using that we have designed the micro framework API, that is Flask. So here for that first from Flask import Flask comma or JSON if y or a request. So by using this command, just you can write this one. So these are the two commands using Flask to make API and import necessary libraries from the function. So whatever the libraries are required, just you can import from the source. For that, just we write from Flask import Flask comma JSON if y request. So next create. So in order to create, just you write the app is equal to Flask, just name whatever the name. Just for example, I write here Prashanth. Just you can write the name. So on the terminal of this is the localhost website. Returns hello world when we using get command returns the data that we send to the we use first. So for these command lines, just we write the @app dot root underscore methods by using get and post def home of close bracket colon if request dot method by using get method here. So the input function is data is called hello world return JSON of data. So finally just we write the for this command for this is one this just this is the if command, this is the second one, this is for third command, third line. So these are the using only Flask to code for different activities on the in order to design the Flask. So these are some execution lines. So here further just a simple function to calculate the square of a number. So here square of a number, just you can write the this returns 100 of square of 10. The number of to be squared is sent to the URL when we use get command, and on the terminal type this is the just URL. This returns 100 square of 10. Just you can give 2, that is it will give 4. 4 it will give 16, 5 it will give 25 like square of a number. So here for that just we use the code is @app dot root home page get method the definition function of number, just you can return number star of 2, that is double the number. Driver function, if name whatever the name, just you can give name app just debug is equal to true. So this is the for these 4 comments just you can write this code for these 4 lines. So next after the execution of the program, the output will be shown like this here. So here the first the same line. So this is the screenshot of output window. So here file, edit, view, set, terminal, like we have different lines here. Service Flask app lazy loading environment. It will display environment production also. Use a production swing, that is listed. Debug mode, that is on. Just while we entering into the execute, just you can debug. That mode will be on. Returning of its URL. Restarting with the start button. Debug is active. The pin is 269-460.723. So the output window, it will message, that is just it will display the hello world. So the input is so here the data will be hello world. So the same will be appear at the output window. So this is the first using only Flask in order to design API. So next one executing the square function. So here we have the first you can print the data, whatever the data, hello world, hello friend, whatever the theoretical statement given in the as input, the output will be displayed at the output. So here the square function 2, 4, 4, 16, 525 like that, we have to into double the square the value. For that just the same process up to here 269 640 723 debug pin up to here same. So these are the URLs. So the output window, so here we are giving 10, the output will be 100. The square, the 7 is the square of the 7 is 49. So like that the number can be doubled. Square of the, it will give the square of the number whatever, either 2 or 1 or whatever. So here 10 and 7, 10 square 100, 7 square 49. So this is the executing the square function also. Next one method 2 using Flask RESTful method. So the Flask RESTful is an extension for Flask that adds support for building REST APIs in Python using Flask as the backend. So here the same function, but here the Flask is the endpoint. The supporting for Python REST API is the Flask backend. So it encourages best practices and is very easy to set up. Flask RESTful is very easy to pick up if you are already familiar with the Flask. Second one. Next one, in Flask RESTful, The main building block is a resource. Each resource can have several methods associated with these commands, HTTP command, get, post, to put, delete, etc. like that. For example, there could be a resource that calculate the square of a number whenever a get request is sent to it. Each resource is a class that inherits from the resource of the just this command flask underscore restful. So once the resource is created and defined, we can add our custom resource to the API and specify a URL path for that corresponding resources. So these are the method two points regarding using Flask RESTful. So this is the back and Flask has the backend support to file for the REST API. So for that just we have to write the code. So using Flask RESTful, the first line, creating the Flask app. Next to making a class for a particular resource, get or post methods corresponding to get, post, request. Next one, they are automatically mapped by Flask RESTful. So basically it is defined for only Flask. So now just it is transforming to the Flask RESTful, and other methods can include put to or delete. So that can be associated with the first one, Flask method. So that is the process. So here, in order to using the Flask RESTful, just we have two command lines here. From Flask import, just you can import the import Flask or JSON request. From Flask underscore RESTful import result, just you have to import the libraries, whatever the libraries required. Just you can import the libraries from these two lines, and after that just you have to create. So to create, just we have here app is equal to Flask underscore name. So whatever just the name you can type here, whatever the name just you required. Creating an API object, that API is equal to API of application. Next, for these 4 lines, just we have to write the start with class hello underscore resource to get request called whenever they are request get request. So def get up self return JSON if message of hello world. So this is the second method for executing lines. So here corresponding to post request, for that we have this code def post of self colon data is equal to request to dot get of JSON status code return. Just after the ending of that, just you can return the JSON file by using JSON. You return JSON if y data of semicolon data of 2201. Just a successfully response will be received. Another resource to calculate the square of a number, just class square of resource, just to def get of self comma number, return the square of a number into 2, twice the number are square of a number. Adding the defined resources along with this corresponding URLs. For this, just we have API dot add of resource hello score. The driver function, it will display the if name of main function app dot run debug is equal to true. So the continuation of this program, finally the app dot run debug the run. So when you click on the execute the debug the program, the output will be show like this here. So the same process here, the environment production, the debug mode is on, the entire it is 200 code is successfully response will be received. For that, hello world, the square of a number 100, the square of a number 19 square 100 square 100 square 10 square 100 19 square 361. So finally we got the output will like this. So this is the in order to using Flask RESTful, this is the code starting with import libraries from the source, ending with driver function, whatever the name required, just you can type here, and the output will show like this. Next, so these are the references I used for this lecture. building a RESTful API with Flask method. Some geek for some part of taken from geek for geeks. So these are the two methods by using building a RESTful API using Flask method. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.